I think that's what happens to most people in this world. They work their whole life and then they retire. A lot of retirees don't last long. They have no purpose in life anymore. They have no I'm needed feeling. But man, I was getting tired. I was getting tired of people cutting me on. Didn't you used to be Jake the Snake Roberts, man? What the fuck happened to you? Stop. Cut it off.
Stone Mountain, Georgia, Jake the Snake Roberts!
Real genius. This guy is one of the greatest. Everything that I've always heard, I now understand.
He had everything that you needed to be a great professional wrestler and one of the great minds in the history of the business.
In professional wrestling, the two athletes in the ring, they're working together. And I loved working with Jake because it was so easy.
Jake, to me, is one of the greatest talents I've ever seen. In the ring, he sure as hell could tell probably the best story.
I'd say the DDT and his promo work and his ring psychology will be the three things that will always stand out when people talk about Jake Roberts.
He grew up in wrestling. He understands wrestling, understands the psychology in wrestling in front of a crowd. You know, if you're really good at what you do, then the more believable you can make that character, and the more you can draw them in to where they're, you know, sitting on the edge of their seat, and Jake had that ability.
Jake Roberts is the guy who made me want to watch professional wrestling because you didn't know with Jake. You didn't know what was real and what was fake. You just didn't know.
You know, when the Cobra bit Macho's arm.
The Snake was so unusual and so feared that it became part of his persona.
Jake's the kind of guy who has that creative mind and came to him very naturally.
A long time ago, I learned one thing. That if a man has enough power, he can speak softly and everyone will listen.
He whispered, and man, there was something different about a guy who didn't yell at you like everybody else did.
People get drawn into it, and they're paying attention more than they would than if you're yelling and screaming, yelling and screaming.
Even a fool knows that a man only has 5 senses. A snake, he has 6.
And he was one of the first people whose promos I saw, and he scared me. You know, he creeped me out.
You're a sick man, Robert.
Oh, that's true, I am. At least you know that.
He casts a spell on you. It's almost like you get caught in his web. There were very few guys that actually made me fear.
I will hook that DDT, and I'll crack your skull.
Jake developed that move, came up with it, gave it the name.
If you saw him hook that front face lock, it was like, okay, nobody kicks out.
And that's the brilliance of any great finishing maneuver. You can strike suddenly and quickly and use it on anybody.
When the time comes, I will hook the head and I will drive him through the mat. I will put the final nail in your own coffin.
Especially the deal with Steamboat. I just remember that DDT on the floor and hearing the smack and just thinking like, well, Steamboat might be dead. So there was always an air of mystery with Jake.
Well, let me tell you something. It's more shameful to deny fear than it is to run from danger.
When it comes time for me to name a few of my favorite pro wrestlers, Jake is always on my list.
If you're a student of wrestling and you don't watch Jake Roberts' matches and his interviews, then you're missing out on one of the best ever.
I think he was an influence on this entire generation. You gotta be able to speak, he's got it. You gotta be able to work, he's got it.
He had intensity. He had everything that you needed to be one of the great minds in the history of the business. It was a huge influence on my work.
I don't care how much bigger their opponent is, whoever their opponent is in danger. And that's such an amazing talent to have. As a performer, have that audience doubting.
And welcome to WrestleMania 3!
As we have established, all of us, a brand new indoor attendance record of 93,000 173. Give yourself a big hand.
I remember laying on our floor in Gainesville in Texas and watching wrestling on Sunday morning with our uncle. And that's kind of how we learned about who our father is. That was really the only time we had.
My brothers are 5 years younger than me and they're twins, and nobody asked me to, but I felt like it was my job as an older sister, so I protected them.
Jake kind of had two careers. One was this great piece of talent who could communicate, and then he had that other career that most people don't want to talk to, but he went through hell.
In the last 3 or 4 years, I didn't think I was going to have a dad around.
It's scary to think, you know, what Jake could have done had he been totally straight his whole career.
He's one of the best, but he's got a lot of issues that stop him from doing more.
When the entire world knows you as one character for such a long time, I think it's easy to become that character.
The crowd doesn't know who you really are. And then you leave that arena and you have to go back to a hotel, and it's like you're all wired up, and now we got to shut it off.
You've just wrestled in front of 50,000 people, so whew.
Us as addicts, we can, our minds tend to wander a little bit, looking for something to do, which cannot, you know, it's not a good thing.
Back in the day when they really traveled like they did, non-stop, and the way that Jake was living, obviously hard and fast, combined with that wrestling career, you know, I know that guy feels like garbage.
Your wife's not there, your kids aren't there, and so how do you fill this void? And
the thumbs start to twiddle, and
all you see is the negative and the dark, deep places of death.
Every time I tried to talk to him about it, you know, he just kind of, oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And I'd say, Jake, you don't know what you're doing. It's got you.
Suddenly, the reputation, the desire of this great pro is diminished down to nothing.
And you see these people dropping like flies and dying, and you're like, God, please don't take Jake from this earth. You know, not another one.
Hell, I want to see Jake live to be an old man. In our business, sometimes that doesn't always happen. You get a lot of guys meeting their demise and leaving this world way too soon.
We told the promoter, listen, dude, do not put him out there. He is in no shape to perform tonight.
Excuse me. Shut the hell up.
There were 22 of those airplane vodka bottles. 22 of them around where he was sitting on top of everything else.
You are not giving me the same respect, man. Shut the F up.
You know, JT takes Jake over to the corner and he hits him, and Jake doesn't register it. 2 seconds later, he falls flat on his face. Do you think they booked Jake the Snake Roberts to lose in 30 seconds? Like, I mean, no. Promoter's looking through the curtain, and what the hell just happened? And he goes, go do something. Somebody do something. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? And he's like, go take a DDT and get him out of there. So I'm nailing him. And if you look at the tape, the stuff looks fake because I'm talking to him, Jake, come on, just give me a DDT. That's it. And this whole thing is fixed. And he is not working. If he would have given me the DDT, I'm telling you, TMZ would have never had nothing. The people would have left before it got stupid. But the whole reason that I got to the level that I got, he's standing in the ring, exposing himself. So while part of you does what everybody does, think, well, I feel sorry and I hope that he gets the help that he needs. But then the other part of you, especially if you're a part of it, you go, yeah, the hell with that.
When there's an accident on the road, I don't stop, and I don't like watching stuff like that. And I think it bothered me the fact that people would rather film it than try and help.
I went out there to make these people happy because you couldn't perform or win. Love you, Jake.
How do you rebound from it? Do you rebound from it? If you don't rebound from it, then yeah, your lasting legacy is that.
Yo, Jake. It's Dallas. Haven't heard from you in a while. Give me a call.
We're on our way to see Aurelian Smith. That's the real name of Jake the Snake Roberts. Recently, been talking to Jake quite a bit. Known him for quite a number of years. He was one of my two mentors, Dusty Rhodes and Jake the Snake Roberts. I was very fortunate to have those two mentor me.
Jake believed in me when really very, very, very few people believed in me. Jake was the one who gave me the knowledge, and I was nobody at the time.
Dallas came into the wrestling business very late.
At age 35, become a wrestler for the first time.
If you want to talk work ethic, DDP has it. If he can do something, he's going to do it to the utmost of his ability. There's no room for second best.
Diamond Dallas Page got his start in professional wrestling. Now he's created a fitness system that some people are calling life-changing.
I knew how close Page was with Jake, or how much he respected him. He was always talking about Jake Roberts. 2, I knew how down and out Jake was. He had nowhere left to go.
Us as addicts and alcoholics, we like to do things our own way. And that doesn't work sometimes. I had to give the reins to somebody else to let them drive, and that's okay.
There's obviously some skepticism. You know, I think there has to be, only because addiction's an ugly beast.
It's not a drug rehabilitation center.
But I truly thought if there's someone's positivity that can ram through that, it's gonna be Dallas.
Jake's has hit on some really hard times. His body's really beat up. He's got a new hip. His neck's messed up. Having problems with concussions, all sorts of shit. Bottom line is, before anyone can actually help you, you gotta be ready to help yourself. Me and my buddy Steve are here, and we're coming down here to film this.
He wanted to help Jake, and he wanted to actually get Jake to do his program. I thought it was really a perfect opportunity to possibly document the whole process of doing that.
And he has a lot to give if he can just finally kick out, get himself straight.
Well, if it's a mile or so back, you see me out here on the way.
There you are. You're on that side of the road, though, honey.
I see you.
I guess when we were going to Jake's house, I expected this really nice house because, you know, Jake was this huge wrestling superstar.
You guys want something to drink? Coffee, or not coffee, but water, Gatorade, urine. Yeah, a little over a year ago, I retired officially. The only passion I had was wrestling. I had to give it up. I had a life, but I poisoned it. Self-destructive son of a bitch. My father wrestled, and I was never around him. Because he didn't show up for my graduation. He never went to a ball game I did or nothing. Went to see him, and hey, Dad, I graduated high school. I'm gonna go to college. My dad looked down at me and said, "You're gutless. I'm ashamed of you, and you'll never amount to anything." And I got angry, man. I got so fucking mad. I was insane mad. And I always swore up and down that, you know, when I grow up, I'll never do that shit. So why did you do it? I wanted to shove it up his ass. Came up with this idea, if you want your father to be proud of you, do what he's doing and show him up. That's the beginning, man. Because I'd never truly forgiven him for what he'd done to me as a child.
You mean you were abused?
Yeah.
By your dad?
My stepmother. My dad would go on the road and terrify me. Being afraid to go to sleep. Because you know somebody used to come down that fucking hall and wake your ass up and take you in their room and make you perform. And then afterwards, you're gonna get a hairbrush or a couple of clothes hangers, beat your ass. And tell you that if your father finds out, he'll kill you. Or he'll hate you. If you don't say a word. All these things that happened to me as a kid, they make you who you are. Screwed the fans, screwed myself out of my memories. I was giving up on life.
I always wanted to repay him. I wanted him to believe in himself again.
Now come up on your knees. I'm gonna show you something. Okay. Toes, huh? Yeah.
And I know a lot of my pain is because I'm inactive. I'm not doing anything. I'm 300 fucking pounds, man.
Right.
Hell, carrying 300 pounds ought to make your fucking legs sore anyway.
Absolutely. Ow! Bring it through. Your toes you've not used your toes. Like, you're like, dig. You're like a year or two away from not to be able to walk.
Christ, I can't get my hands down hardly past my knees.
You never freaking rehabbed this hip, dude.
And that's what really opened the door for me to want to change.
What are you thinking?
A lot of work. A lot of work. Like, never believed he was in that bad shape.
Stinger, ow, ow. Look me.
Again, you don't do anything, dude. When was the last time you did any kind of drugs? Forget the shit you're doing now.
Alcohol.
They want to talk about drugs. Crack,
A month.
A month? A month ago you did crack.
How often do you feel like you fight the addiction?
24/7.
It was our assumption that Jake was clean. He wasn't using drugs and he wasn't drinking alcohol. So it was our primary focus to help Jake get into shape.
What'd you start at?
$2.99. Actually, it's $2.99 point something. And now it's, can you see it? I can't see it from here.
$2.88.
$2.88. Hey, 12 pounds.
I really wanted to help Jake, but I wasn't gonna do it until I was absolutely certain that I knew he was actually gonna put the work in.
I know this is my last fucking shot at life.
We knew that environment plays a huge factor in someone changing their life.
I'm thinking to myself, the same shit he said to me years and years ago. You keep doing what you're doing, well, this could really turn into something.
What was the last time we weighed you at? It was 288, right?
288, yeah. Aha, I like that. 278.
Wow.
So the idea was really to propose to Jake that we bring him to Atlanta. Dallas had some hesitation because he knew that Jake could be a handful.
First of all, I hadn't lived with another guy in over 20 years. Positive side was, there was something inside him that really made him want to change.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready as I'm gonna be. Where the fuck is he?
That's N5 right there.
Right here?
We're coming up.
There he is, smoking a cigarette. Nope, there he is. Look at him.
He looks a bit clean shaven.
He's got the cigarette. He's got the finger.
I quit fucking dreaming. I was having nightmares. But there were no dreams. There was no happy. Because there is no happy, man, when you become addicted, you're overweight, your life is lost, you feel like that. And what I have to live by is my history is not fucking going to be my destiny.
Okay, so here's us. We're coming up here.
that house right there. But come inside first, look around.
I don't know, man. Maybe I sleep with bags in the car.
Everybody's kind of rallying around him to make sure he succeeds. So, you know, how could you not be excited about that?
So now that you guys are all here, you know, it's just best if everybody just tries to help with everything. The next thing is drugs and booze.
Good, I'll be in charge of that.
I guess it's probably not a secret that, you know, we're trying to make sure that Jake stays good on his past problems. So that's, the thing is with everybody is we're all gonna not necessarily just follow Jake around and watch what he does, but we're just gonna try to make sure that he stays on track.
And I'd like to throw out there too, if this guy's gone and you guys see me acting a little goofy, tell him when he's back.
Lower yourself down to the ground. See, can you take that foot back farther? No, I'm right here. Okay, now try bending this knee to get down to that. I'm right here, I'm right here, I'm right here, I'm right here.
Oh, fuck.
Get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out. It's like steel in there. It's not like regular shit.
We really believe that keeping it structured and having it very consistent, meaning exercising and eating right, Jake's gonna change so quickly that we'll be able to keep the positive momentum.
Oh, that spider?
Yes.
All right, so open your bag up. Open it up. There you go, awesome. All right, guys. Look at that little bag. All right, awesome.
Do you say self high five?
Kobe.
It's man.
My buddy Jake.
Oh my God. Nice to meet you, sir.
Okay, here's Raj. We're going back to the story right here. Sit down for a second. Sit down. Sit down. I just want to show you a different side of that entire story.
I had 2 beers.
Okay.
I had 2 beers in the locker room, but not out in front of no damn people, and I damn sure wasn't drunk, brother. Jake the Snake's supposed to be this bad motherfucker that don't give a shit about nothing. All I do, it fucking hurts, man. Because that shit'll go on the fucking internet, man. And now my kids are gonna write that fucking shit. And they're gonna look, well, fucking dad, man. He'll just never change. I feel like I'm suffocating. It makes me want to drink. I don't want to use. Goddamn, right now, I'm out here pacing because I don't want to do it.
Okay, so tell me, so someone, just because someone says I'm bad about you, you got thicker skin than that?
No, I don't. That's always been my goddamn problem. I always worry about what everybody else thought about me and not what I feel about me. Because I was never good enough, man. Not for my dad, not for my fucking family. Not good enough for my own goddamn kids. Why? Because I turned my fucking back on them. Because I didn't feel worthy. And I told you on this thing, man. I'm like a fucking little baby bird, man.
Okay, so what do you really want?
I want to be free.
Okay, well, it takes work.
I'm a good person, man.
You are. And people don't mean person. There's no one who doesn't want to see you do this. Nobody. Everybody does. So take that. Take that. I see how hard you're working on working. Fuck, you couldn't do that shit. You couldn't even walk before. Today you were running to go get some shit at fucking Home Depot.
But I look good, dude.
But you were doing good. You're all right, bro. You're all right. You're all right.
I'm trying to hold on, man.
You got it. Cool. You got it. We're here. This is fucking the beginning.
I really just believe that the only people that were really going to be able to help him were the people who'd been through something similar to him. And the people who had decided to go from injury and pain and a lifestyle that was wildly unhealthy if you let it be, and change that into something positive. And I did believe that my dad had that in his heart, but he was never going to be able to sustain it without a lot of support and encouragement. And Dallas may kick your rear end, you know, and expect a lot, but you also know that he cares.
Jake, what's going on?
You're gonna have to go soon. We got problems with Jake.
You what?
We got problems with Jake.
Oh, God, we got problems with Jake. Great. Okay, I gotta go. Thanks. Okay.
You're filming me because we have problems with it. Is it like big problems?
Well, Shannon called me, said he's been drinking. She can't control him. He's there at the airport, Atlanta airport.
Motherfucker. You're at the Atlanta airport. We're in Atlanta. What's the problem?
I'm at the airport.
Right.
I will go outside. I will stand there, whatever you would like.
I'm gonna come pick you up. It's like accountability, which this fucking house is all about. And this motherfucker can't be here a week and not like come home and go, guys, great week, ready to go. Like 1 week? Really? Sell my goddamn money, man. Sell every fucking guy I've got. I've had enough of it. Dude, let's not talk about this right here. Where's your bag? Turn this shit off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn on the car. Bro. I'm not fucked up. Please. I grew up in the bar business. I can sweat. We'll take a breath like this? Yeah, I'll be drinking. What, 3 beers? What? You don't act like this with 3 beers. And it's called the accountability crib for a fucking reason. And the reason is this: if you want to stay with us, you don't drink ever again in the presence of us, period. 4 fucking beers today, brother. I had fucking oysters. Please, sell that to someone else when you get off the fucking plane without your shoes on. Without your fucking shoes on, you
I
don't
ain't got
plane.
no goddamn shoes. My foot's fucked up, man.
Hey, you carry your fucking shoes then. Really?
I don't.
Really? I know you do.
I don't.
Because the bottom line is, hey, douchebag, don't fucking pull this shit. I'm not gonna hit you. Get in the car. Get in the car.
I did not get fucked up.
Get in the car. Stop lying to yourself and me. Fuck you. You can smell it through the whole fucking car. Just fucking stop. Hey, bro, get your foot in the car. Get your foot in the car.
I'm not a liar, and you're asking me to lie to you. So you go ahead and punch me in the fucking face, do what you want to do.
You're telling me you're sober.
Goddamn right I am, man. I had 2 fucking beers. Wait, I had...
Put your foot in the car. Put your foot in the car. Shut the door.
Casinos with fucking Shannon. We went to the next restaurant. I had 2 more.
Shut the door.
Jake, in the car.
Tell me what you think happened last night.
I do not remember that plane landing.
Do you remember us coming to get you and all that, though?
I remember that. I guess that old addiction wormed its way up there and says, you know what, man? You got to go in your way, man. You're okay, you know. You can have a beer. Fuck. It's not a choice, man. When the cravings hit you, it's not a choice of I shouldn't or I should. If you have that first fucking drink, it's on.
You feel too good to feel like, I got this. There's not an addict out there who doesn't think they got it.
Alcohol has not worked for me in the last 50 fucking years. So why is it gonna change tomorrow?
We gotta stop completely. No booze, no beer. I know it's gonna be tough today, and then we'll get to tomorrow and we'll say it again.
I'm just thankful that the support was here. Don't leave, Jake. Stick in there, because that's the first thing the goddamn old Jake wants to do. You know, you done pissed in the fucking floor here, you better get the fuck out of here. So I suggested that I take another drug, but a good drug, called Antabuse. And it will make you violently ill if you drink. But I need that crutch right now. You know, people can say, well, oh, you have no willpower. You're fucking right, I don't. I just returned from my first AA meeting.
And how long?
Too long.
Good answer.
Way too long. You wrestle for 37 years, you think you're fairly tough and that you're fairly driven. Yeah, I am. But I've also got a disease.
When we first got together, I could drink 3 beers.
I don't want to drink anymore at all, period.
Seriously?
Seriously, never. 1 million drinks lined up is not enough. But 1 drink is too fucking many. Now, I'm just trying to stay focused and keep my eye on the prize, which is sobriety, health, and relationships. Just to get on an airplane, sweating it a little bit. Not overly concerned, but just cautious. So I'm gonna go out there and do autographs for 2 days, and I'll come back Sunday night. And I'll call you and let you know that I made it just damn fine. Be damn sure when I get back from this trip that Monday morning, bright and early, we go have another test. You know, because you know, just knowing, maybe just knowing that I'm gonna be tested again Monday, you know, 3 days from now, maybe that'll be the little extra oomph I need to get over this hill right now. I am scared, but I'll make it. I do not want to lose this opportunity. I want a life back, man. I want to be able to be proud again. The big test was the fact that I went and spent 4 days in lovely Las Vegas. You know, I took my antabuse before I left, and did the right things before I left, setting myself up to have a good trip. And it's just a good thing, man, not to feel nervous coming in here. Aha! Today's something. If you can go to Las Vegas and spend 3 days, 3 nights, and still come back and get one of these, done all right. You know, all those years, man, I hungered and was driven. And what made me work so hard is I was wanting my father to be proud of me. And I busted my ass, and for years and years and years, he would just never say it. You know, just wouldn't tell me. He'd tell other people, but he wouldn't tell me. And it really hurt. Well, I just had both my boys tell me they were proud of me.
One of my brothers sent a text and said, "My friends, our dad is changing." And he said, "I've talked to Dad about every other day." I said, "I've talked to him about every 3 days." And my other brother said, "I'm talking to him every couple of days too." And that's the first time in our lives that we've talked to him frequently, and he was focused.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful. Today I feel free. Today I've not had one fucking craving, man. Not one. You know, and that's a great feeling, man. Living the dream, bitch. Living the dream.
Hey, you got the massage thing going, dude?
No.
Hey, baby, will you do me a favor? Hey, darling, cutie pie, sweetheart, honey, Bill, Charlie, can you get her? Hit the thing right here where it says full. Yeah, right, there you go. There you go.
Oh, baby.
Jake's actually been getting better. The workout's really helping him because it's taking a lot of the stress off. Any kind of exercise is gonna help you exude stress. For the first time in a long time, Jake seems really happy. And he's been collaborating with us on videos, and you can see he's starting to have some real fun.
Can two former professional wrestlers share a home without driving each other crazy?
Okay, guys, DDP back here. What are we gonna call this segment anyway? What are we gonna call it? Shakes and bakes, shakes and takes, shakes and takes, what?
DDP's recipes? I don't know.
That's lame. Ah, I forgot the bananas. Wow. Well, I'm gonna let you try this. It's really sweet and thick. I know you hate to that, but this is your new addiction now. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm all about addiction.
Right. No, because we're gonna cut back from all your other ones.
Yes, sir.
Until you get down the weight. Wait, let's weigh you right now. Let's
Oh,
take this.
shit, that's not
No,
fair.
no,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no. Come on, let's see where he's at right now.
Shit.
Wow.
Even the air out.
256.
You wish.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, yo,
No.
261.
Move over to this part of the course.
Okay, go ahead. We'll go there. 261.8.
Well, that's the wrong part of the floor.
That's the wrong part of the floor.
Take those shorts off, that's it. It's a short.
262.
Oh, shit.
We do left leg through. Look at
at that shit. Now try. Who the fuck was that? He's on a roll.
I'd never seen Jake work that hard ever over these next couple of months, and he was really dropping the weight, and his body was feeling better, he was getting stronger, and then bing, the shoulder went. This became excruciatingly painful, and he'd still work out, and I could tell it was pulling him down though, because he's not drinking, he's eating the right way, and now this happened.
Shut up, fucking goddamn frustrated. It hurts, man. I'm in here. I want to do this so fucking bad. I'm not getting better fast enough for me. I'm just fucking frustrated, man. I'm fucking pissed off. God damn. Stupid motherfucker for letting myself collapse.
How long you have shoulder pain?
It just flares up.
Starting when? I mean, for a year,
Oh,
2
years,
years?
years.
Yeah. Any significant injury in the past that sent you to the emergency room?
37 years of wrestling.
Okay.
Show them when you lift your arm where the problem is. You show them first.
Coming down is painful. Okay. Put the right thumb up there. Put the left one down. Okay. Keep it up there. Do that. Huh? You certainly have signs of impingement syndrome, where you raise your arm up and your rotator cuff gets irritated underneath this bony roof. Do you know anything about shoulders?
Yeah, I got one here, one there.
Jake has no insurance. He didn't have any money to pay for the surgery, so we had to come up with some kind of solution.
All right, I just got the numbers from the doc. Actually, they're pretty good. Bottom line is, it'll be around $8,000.
So we decided to try crowdfunding. So we put up a page on Indiegogo to try to raise the money for his surgery.
And the fans got to get a piece of Jake, whether it was a photograph, autograph, Skype call, t-shirt, whatever it was. That night we put it up, and we'd never done anything like this before.
We haven't checked it out or anything, so we want to check to see where we're at, and then we'll talk about where we're going to go from there.
Oh, I'm excited.
So we had Jake's daughter, Brandy. She's visiting, which is huge for him at that time.
Unfucking real.
Where are we at?
Holy cow.
7,000.
In one night?
7,000 out of 9,200.
But the really cool thing that came out of that was Jake got to see how much the fans really cared. And that really sort of took him back and gave another level of the foundation, building that structure underneath him that's, right now has been pivotal.
All those years, I guess they did mean something. You guys knocked me to my knees. I'm humbled. I'm so grateful. I never thought it was good enough. Had a lot of issues I've dealt with over the years, and some that I still have to deal with daily. It was always about doubt. Doubting myself, doubting my ability, doubting my talent, doubting love. There's one thing I cannot doubt anymore, and that's the love that you have given me. You busted me. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's great to be alive. It's great to be clean and sober. My life has changed so much, man. I've lost 65 pounds, but I'm gonna give you a little secret that I'm gonna lay out right now just for you, Bill.
Now they're all gonna.
My plan, whether they like it or not, is to be in the Royal Rumble next year.
The Royal Rumble starts with two guys in the ring. Every minute or so, one more guy comes to the ring. And that happens, they come to the ring randomly. You don't know who's coming out next.
They like to have some of the old timers come in there, and you don't expect to hear their music, and then out of nowhere.
Holy sh! You gotta be kidding me! Big
eliminated by being thrown over the top rope to the floor. It was a goal. It gave him a target. It gave him a destination.
When Jake moved in, so many other people started coming into our lives. I mean, I just bought this place. I call it the accountability crib. And it was really wrapped around Jake in the beginning.
Okay, now back to this. I got a DM text from Sean Waltman, and he wrote, "Scott sounding not good at all. He's talking about getting a gun. Be really tough bringing him in now anyway, but I don't think he'd want to come right now, but you never know, get that first invitation."
When we started to see the amazing progress that Jake was getting, we started to get it out there on the internet, people who would write in, "Oh man, you're doing so good with Jake. Would you please help Scott?" Scott Hall started as a diamond stud. I mean, I helped create that whole, what would become Razor Ramon persona.
Take a look at this. 287 pounds. Razor Ramon. Gold looks good on Razor Ramon.
When Scott and Kev came in to WCW, they were put in that spot where they were written as the top two dogs coming into the company, and they were killing everybody except me. The people who write the storylines at WCW didn't really believe I had the ability to be a main event player. Scott and Kevin Nash fought to make that happen, and it took 10 weeks to happen.
Jam-packed at the Superdome. Tell you what, this makes the Super Bowl look weak. This is beautiful.
Look at that.
Yes!
Oh, yes, that looks great.
Yes!
It's official. Hey! Oh! No, I can't believe what I'm seeing.
That was really the beginning of my whole career going. Kevin Scott did not ever have to do that, but they did. And I don't forget that shit.
He got a lot of demons, man. You know, the way he looks like he's not hurting anyone but himself, but that's not really true because he has kids, you know, so it ain't just him. You want to step in this call, dude? So we'll just see what happens here if he answers the phone. Scotty. Dally. Jake and Dally. Dallas Page.
Oh, Dally, my gosh.
And Jake.
I'm dying, Jake. I'm dying. I've been drinking vodka for breakfast.
You don't need to.
The only thing that's been in my body today has been vodka.
I know the feeling, man. I was too, bro. I was wanting to go, and that ain't cool, man, because there's too many people that love us, man.
Jake, you know how much me and Dally have always looked up to you. Somebody told me that Dally had turned you around.
Yeah, man.
And I'll never forget the time in New Orleans, Dally, if you're there.
I'm here, bro.
When me and Kev went out of our way to put you over.
You know, I don't forget that shit, all the shit me and you've been through. So I would love for you to come here.
How long you been straight, Jake?
Over 60 days.
She got 60 days?
Yeah, man. We can help each other, Scott. You and I can help each other, man. That's what I need you for. I need you. You listening, bro? I need you. Help me out.
I feel like I really feel a spiritual awakening right now. I really feel like God's talking to me right now. Just say it one more time and I'm gonna do it.
Get your ass up here, monkey.
I'm in.
Wow. All right, brother. You got a place. No, dude. I got bedrooms ready. I got your bed ready. We've been waiting. Hey, dude, we've been waiting for you.
I heard some of this, and it's like I was sitting here with my fingers like dug into this table because it was just like, please say yes, please say yes. And not even so much because I'm a fan, it's because, you know, he's somebody who needs help. There are two great, you know, wrestling tragedies that everybody is just like, you know, like train wrecks that people are so upset to see, and Jake was one of them, and Scott Hall's the other one. You know?
At some point, he called me back, and I didn't even hear his voice message here till now. I'm gonna play this for you. This shows you where his head's at coming in here.
Just hear about this brother, it's the best I've felt in years, man. It's the best I've felt in years about, you know, something going on, you know, it's gonna be like in the old days, man, when we used to look at each other from across the ring and just, you know, smile, and, you know, it's gonna be great to be around you and Jake again, and in a positive environment. I'm so excited, and I can't thank you enough for, you know, welcoming me, and I'm all at your steel, buddy. Love you. Bye.
Scott wants it. I believe that what he says, it's different this time. I think I really believe it. Maybe it's because I just want to believe it, you know, but I think he's ready.
Everything's in place, man. Just a couple more hours. Got all the faith in the world. He'll be here, man. Once he's here, look out in the world. It's time for us to kick somebody's ass besides our own.
Now, when he got here, I'm thinking this beat up, overweight stud's gonna get here. I didn't know he was broken. And I don't even think he knew he was broken as bad as he was when you're medicated on so many pills and so much booze that you can't feel it. You know, I watched him limp. He was limping coming in, and the real slow walk, and looking the way his leg turned out. And you know, I'm not gonna sell it because I don't want to say anything, and he's trying to hide it. One of the things he blamed his addiction, his alcoholism, his pills, all of that was on his pain.
I'm over 30-something days now clean, and this is the longest I've ever had in my life, you know, in the real world. You know, I've had longer periods of time, but it's always been in some kind of facility. Because it's getting real. Like, change is really scary for me, even though I know it's gonna be something positive.
His heart, I mean, his inside heart, his drive, his motivation, his inspiration, I can see that.
No matter how horrible my life was in the past, I always had my body to fall back on. I always had my body, I always had my physique. And, you know, I had this heart procedure in 2010 where, you know, they implanted a pacemaker and a defibrillator. And I was really, really sick. You know, I can't lift anymore. And whenever things would be stressful and all this stuff was coming down on me, I could always go to the gym. I always had my body as a place to retreat. When I look in the mirror, you know, I'm going, oh, okay, but boy, when I see it on film, I'm reminded that I got a long way to go. I've had a few brief workouts, but I got a few hiccups, you know, a few dings. Old injuries are, you know, rearing their heads, and trying to figure out how to deal with them.
I reach out and grab that ball. You remember you got there at any point in time, just hit that. Hear that?
Huh?
You don't hear that? Did you hear it over there, didn't you? Sweep up. Okay. Fuck! Step up.
Is that really your hip?
That's his hip. Yeah, brother.
That's loud, dude.
But it didn't hurt.
Well, I mean, the arm's got to be dead. It's really hard for me to ask for help because that I grew up where that meant you were weak, and so I'm just struggling with that.
You've got to go ahead and get that taken care of. This would certainly be more than enough justification for a surgery.
We're talking about this surgery, and you know, I put it off for so long, and I can't put it off anymore. It's to the point now where I can't even walk. I can't. It hurts to sit. It hurts to lay down. Had I not been in this setting, I would just blew it off like I did so many other things.
I'm really excited about this road to physical rehab. You know, to be able to get back in shape again, and because this between the heart and the hip, I've been, you know, I had a tough hill to climb the last few years. So this, I feel like everything has fallen in place for the right reason. I just feel so thankful, and to everybody who helped me. Thank you so much. And, I look forward to this new chapter in my life and see what's around the next corner.
Wow.
And I got a little plaid skirt.
Those are some nice socks.
I got a little plaid skirt to wear with my Catholic schoolgirl outfit.
So how was it getting upstairs, okay?
Yeah, they had me do it there. It was the same way I've been doing it.
Right.
They had me do it, first a few, then we did a couple flights of stairs up and down.
You look fucking awesome, man.
I feel good, Jake. Now I can walk.
Yeah, I can see it, man. You're just like a new fucking
Yeah, I
person.
didn't get to sleep, but lately I've been so happy. And just to know that, because I didn't know how the end result was going to be. I thought maybe I'd messed it up so bad that I'd never be.
I know.
Now I'm thinking, wow. It's so unbelievable. Yeah, for guys like you and Dally to make it happen and all the support around this place, and to think that there's people all in the world who care about us, Jake.
Everything is moving really good in a really positive direction.
Hello? Yes. Wow. That was a Cauliflower Alley Club.
The CAC has been around for 48 years, and they wanted to induct him into the club.
He was unanimous, man. Unanimous. That my contribution to wrestling was second to none. And that means something to me.
The Cauliflower Alley it's wrestlers going all the way back. It's the industry giving you recognition as one of the best, and I don't think there's a bigger honor.
Right now, today, I'm doing more with my life than I've ever done. I mean, number one, I got these two handsome guys right here, man. These are my boys, man. 6 months ago, 8 months ago, they wouldn't have been hanging out with me.
That your guys? Absolutely.
They didn't want to be brought down by it. You don't have to give up. And I want every addict out there, man, that's listening to this, dude, it don't have to go down like that.
Man, it's so much more real and so much more from the heart. And, we could feel that. It's more about, here's where I am with my family, and they're here to experience this with me. That's cool.
And then Jake asked me to induct him.
We're emotional. I thought I was going to be. Jake has inspired me in so many ways, in his work, in his promos, and I believe my mentor is proving that now. So please get with me as we welcome into the CAC the one, the only, Jake the Snake Roberts!
I didn't think I'd ever wear a suit again until it was time for them to stick me to the ground. Because that's where I was at in my life. As I grew into a young man, I made a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. I was ashamed to stand here today and tell you that I'm trying to die. And the only reason I didn't commit suicide is because those 3 kids over there, 3 of my 8, I didn't want to hurt them anymore.
The one thing that stood out in his speech for me was when he stood up there and bent over and said,
And all of my friends out there tried to encourage me. But I wasn't ready yet. I'm ready now.
that to me told me that that he's willing to do whatever it takes to make changes in his life to reconnect with his kids and his grandkids. And you know, he tapped me on the chest and he said, "Son, I want more time. I want more time with you. I want more." I want more time with my grandkids.
it was really great being with my kids, spending quality time with them, and we had such a fantastic time.
If he's going to turn the corner and he's going to make changes, it will be now. I think things will be different. It really do.
Now, if he can just take that momentum, well, he could really change some lives. Hey, dude.
Hey, man, what's the plan?
Plan is I'm going to Costa Rica. I need to get out of here for a couple weeks, you know.
Well, what about Jake and Scott? Are you just going to leave them here by themselves or what?
No, I'm taking them with me. No, they're doing good now, man. I think if now's the time to go, and you know, I think they'll be fine.
Well, that haircut had to be half price.
She didn't cut the hair, bitch. I know, my hair fucking sucks. It's all that bullshit.
Oh, Jay. How much was it?
$60.
That's not bad.
For
That's half off, right?
We know that Jake can be pretty sensitive to different things, but that one day he seemed to be very, very sensitive. And you know, in particular, it was about his hair.
You guys are gonna lock up in a minute.
We're not gonna lock up. I'll hit him from behind.
Yeah. Yep.
Tired of it, man. You know, I know I have no hair, and that doesn't bother me. But Scott, I'm tired of being your punch dummy, man. You're fucking hurting me, man.
My question to you earlier was whether you had anything to drink. It's hard when you feel like they might have done something wrong and you're trying to hold them accountable for it.
I told you earlier, I had coffee with cinnamon.
No, but what I'm saying is, are you willing to take an abuse now?
Absolutely. Let's do it. Fuck
yeah, let's do that.
Let's go do it, bro.
Anabuse would make you violently ill. Like, I really didn't know. In hindsight, it was probably pretty dangerous to have him take the Anabuse if he had been drinking.
Watch.
Everybody was just kind of sitting there waiting for something to happen. It was almost like we're waiting for a bomb to go off.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
We found out later that Jake had actually spit out the Anabuse while he was drinking the water in the sink. You know, he admitted to that.
Hey Steve, it's Dylan. We went out with Jake tonight. Wasn't acting himself. I don't know I feel like something's up. I'm not sure what's going on. He may have been drinking, but I didn't see it, so I don't know. Give me a call back.
It seemed like no matter how good things were going, it seemed like he would relapse every once in a while.
Hey. I'm just worried, man, that my mind's not in sync with me completely ever quit drinking. I just fucking hate it, man, because it just makes me feel like such shit.
To me, I'm like, where the fuck are we gonna go? What are we gonna do? Like,
my goal is to get healthy.
One.
Yeah.
What's the big other
By
big
the
goal?
way, get my kids back.
Well, it's okay. So I don't even hear that because you get looped into this.
Yeah, I do. I don't know why I can't just say, I'll never drink again, and that's that. Fuck, I've said it a million times, yet I fucking can't do it. I'm so grateful to God that I've not used cocaine. But still, drinking, even though it's not illegal or any of that crap, it might as well be for me, because when I have alcohol in my system, it changes me. And I change into a very ugly person very quickly.
I knew, you know, there was gonna be times he was gonna fall, and I just knew it. Right. One of the things that I want to talk to you about, first of all, I know you've seen a lot of these, but I want to just make sure you've seen this article, right? And it's another fucking amazing story. But just so we're on the same page, I'm not mad at you, Fat.
Well, see,
at
that's,
all.
it's not you, it's me.
No, but I gotta say for me, because I was mad as fuck at you. You never have to lie to me. I am your fucking brother.
When that urge to drink comes, you become the most selfish, self-centered son of a bitch on the planet.
I believe right now that your alcoholism is getting the worst of you again.
I don't.
It's what I believe. When that shit starts creeping up in you, you turn into that guy. That guy sucks to live with.
I'm angry at myself because I know that I've really hurt my friendship with Dallas.
You need to know you're killing me. I heard it. Okay? I love. Did you hear I love you? Did you hear that? Did you hear that I love you?
Yes, I did.
Do you know what we've done in the last 9 months?
I love you too, man.
Well, let's.
I don't want to hurt him or me anymore, or anybody else that cares about me.
The big thing that was really bothering me is like, how do all my other buddies who have addiction problems, how did they get over them? But how come Jake can't do it? I put the work in and I started calling my buddies. How did you do it? How did you do it? And it all came back the same thing. They did 90 meetings in 90 days.
The thought behind that is getting around those people in those meetings every day. So you're never that far removed from it.
One more time, we start over again. Start over one more time.
Progress, not perfection. Instilling that into his brain before, he wouldn't think that way, man. He just didn't.
This is a rest of my life project, folks, and it's not easy, but it's something I really want, you know. It's something I've got to have if I'm going to live. And I want a future, whether it be going to the Rumble next year, the year after, or hell, maybe I'll be the first 100-year-old ever hit a Rumble, who knows. But my God, I'm not giving up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dude, I don't know that Jake Roberts. Whole new resurrection of Jake Snake coming here, brother.
It's awesome.
Whole new resurrection. And that mental shit kicks in like, and there's a connection. You know, then I really want them to see it through, because that is what inspires me. That's the kind of shit that makes me go, wow.
We have one more guest here who'd like to join us.
With Jake being here, his public image completely changed, you know, because people knew he was going to show up at appearances.
When are they going to induct Jake the Snake?
Well, they gotta wait till I win the Rumble this year. You know, one thing I learned about acting, man, it's pretty hard shit because you gotta remember lines, and I'm not real good at that. It'd be great to walk out away from this picture with 2 victories, and one being a great product, the other would be a sober product. That'd be a first for me in my life. That's it. Now leave. Go.
And there's no fucking way in hell that I'm taking your needle.
Go. Finally reached a point in my life that I don't want to be a prisoner to anyone or anything. And I'm really quite proud of myself, man. Yeah, I really am.
They're both atrophied from years of inactivity because I was in such pain.
Sure.
So this is a whole experiment moving forward.
That's why we're going to start here, and we're going to just starting to go back. Eventually, we'll be doing this without it, but in the beginning, I'd rather.
When I got here, I weighed 310. Now I weigh 258. Stayed here with Jake and Dally for months, and now I live 2 blocks away down the street with my son Cody, and we're getting super tight. And our goal was to get his wrestling career on track, get to hang out together. So we're getting all those things accomplished. We train, we live in like a couple of pro wrestlers. I want to be right where I am. I feel like I'm right exactly where I'm supposed to be. But want to stay connected to the crib here. A lot of good things happened here for me in my life recently, and I don't want to stray too far from that support. I spent too much time looking in the rearview mirror, and I found that I need to be focusing on the windshield. That's why the rear view is so much smaller.
Jake was like, maybe it's time for me to move on down the line too. And I was like, I'm not kicking you out, bro. He's like, no, I'm not taking it like that. He's like, I think it's time. And he said, we're moving with Kyle, and we're still just down the road.
I met Jake at the gym. I look over and there's Jake the Snake Roberts. Told him I was proud of his recovery and was a big fan. And next thing you know, became friends, and he invited me over to Dallas's house. And I've been around for a while now, and I've been treated like and feel like I'm part of the team and part of the family. Jake was planning on moving out. The place he was looking to move was like an hour away. I said, Jake, why don't you live with me instead? You'll be close to the house. We work together almost on a daily basis anyway. It'd be more convenient. And I think it'd be a better situation for you. And he agreed.
The first part of the ponytail.
What are you so upset about, Dylan? It's his ponytail.
You can save it.
I know.
Put it in a shadow box.
It's what made his career. Oh, the hair is what made his career.
No, the face and the mustache.
Oh, it was the mustache.
The face and the mustache.
Just finishing up the 90 meetings in the 90 days, the workouts. I mean, you just killed the last couple workouts that we've had, and I couldn't feel any better about you making that choice to do your thing, because I think you're there, bro.
I mean, when you go from doing drugs and alcohol every day to zero, I struggled with it, afraid that I could wind up in the same health as I was before I came. And I never, ever want to go back to that.
Jake and I have talked about what we can do to, now that he's clean and sober, and we have a bunch of ideas. And the first thing, if not the main thing, is to start a live radio show podcast.
There is something pretty cool going on. Did you know that Jake the Snake Roberts is in the new WWE video game?
I'm just surprised when I'm not in one.
I thought he was holding out on me. I was pissed. I called Kyle. I was like, Jake didn't tell me he was in the video game. I am so mad.
I don't think anyone did anything wrong. That's what I'm saying. I'm just telling you guys what happened. We did Snake Radio on Thursday because of all the weather and all that. I think we all got to keep in mind here, this is the addiction.
No, I know, but it's
going to manifest itself through Jake, and that's what my therapist tells me. Hate the addiction, don't hate the person, because we all know Jake, when he's not an addict, he's pretty loving, good guy. But fuck, this fucking sucks.
The problem is that he's going to make us feel bad for questioning him. And then we just have to be like, Jake, don't make us feel guilty for wanting.
Right.
We want to believe you, but we need to be sure, and we don't trust the addiction. See, that's got to be the thing. It's like, if you're not doing anything, then we're happy. That makes us happy.
Right.
But we're concerned because you disappear and you don't respond to us.
Your kids are worried. Think they want this drama? This is worse. This is the worst thing that could happen.
Right.
Because they're lying. They're saying that she's a bad influence. I'm like, Jake.
If he disappears and doesn't respond to us, that's a bad influence.
Right.
And if she can't see that we're only looking out for him, that's a bad influence.
Jake, come on. I understand.
Get my
But
stuff right.
I want to make sure that you're not just trying to play games and get around.
Games?
Yes, absolutely. Let's go do the drug test like you said you would. You said, was it your idea?
Look, this is my head. I'm having issues. I suspend.
It's okay.
No, it's not. It's not you, Steve. It's me. I told you it's in my head.
I understand.
No, Dad.
No,
I can't put it back on there.
I'm not telling you to.
No, I'm saying
Jake,
it
I'm
is
not
that.
Okay, goodbye, guys.
No,
Goodbye.
No, Jake, don't run. Jake.
Do you understand that it's only because we care about what you're doing? Do you understand?
I'm fucking crying. I'm going crazy. I don't understand it.
Jake, remember what we talked about. This isn't about punishment. Jake.
It is. Now, please.
No, it's not. It's
Please,
not. Listen.
Don't touch me.
Come on, Jake.
Don't touch me.
Jake.
like he was turning everything around me like I'm trying to do what they did to be on the mat and be on the mat to him. And we're like, what are you talking about? Like, we've gotten you all to this point, you know.
I get it.
But that's why I think we need proof.
I had no reason or no right to ask you guys to forgive me, but sorry. It's true, I am. Sorry about lies. It's what a drunken junkie does. Dennis, I don't want to be like this. All right. An addict picks and chooses. And I don't want to pick my friends anymore, man. And I have grandkids that I want to love. And kids that I want to love.
It seemed like every time I go away, Jake would fall down. And it really became a reminder, not just to me, but to Jake, that having the addiction, is going to be a lifelong battle.
Okay, I want to start this one completely different than we've ever done anything. We're talking to Jake. This is probably the most serious, but to me, I want it to be the most laid back ever, dude.
This whole group of people that surrounded him was not about punishing him. That wasn't our goal. Our goal was to try to figure out what we could do to prevent him from relapsing again. Once I think Jake started to understand that, he made a lot of progress.
Maybe it's from not going to the meetings and shit, but I was starting to feel funny. You know, it's been over a year.
You did reach out to me. You did reach out to me. I got the text. You said, dude, I'm going to see my shrink again. And I said, you need me. And I heard it. And I said, again, where are you at? And then I never heard from you again. So I did feel you reach out to me.
I was so fucking miserable. I was fucking going crazy inside my head. I didn't know which way was up, which way was down, who my friends were, who they weren't, and I knew better.
I know we're never going to take you down that path. You know what I mean? So if you put yourself in that environment, just like
I did. I put myself right in. I fell right into what you want me to fall for.
Dude, I want to see this all the way through. I never quit on anything in my life. And I don't want to quit on you. You quit on you, that's a whole different animal. You know, you've done the resurrection. No matter what, you can't take that away. What you've done, what's accomplished, what's happened over this last fucking year, you can't take that away.
I always promised myself that, man, when I grow up, man, I'm gonna love my kids, I'm gonna take care of my wife, I'm gonna treat them good, man. And I'll always be there for them. I'll go to every football game, I'll go to every baseball game. I'll always be there for my daughters. I'll see them get, be queen of homecoming, whatever. I'm gonna be there for them. And I fucked them. I wasn't there for anything. Just like my father. Whew, that's ugly. That's really fucking ugly, man. And I got 8 kids, man, and I never seen shit. And I hate what I did. But I can't change what I did. All I can do is change what I'm gonna do tomorrow and today. And what I'm doing today is respecting my family, myself, and others. And I'm trying to man up.
You know, he didn't say it was going to be perfect and that there weren't going to be any falls and that, you know, he wasn't going to have battles. He still has a lot of battles. He still has a lot of demons. But it's the fact that, you know, he's in a stage right now where he can deal with those. Before, he didn't know how. He didn't know who he could call, man. I mean, a lot of times he had no one to call, you know, because he had done his own thing for so long and so many people didn't believe him. And now with all the accountability people he has in Atlanta, there's no doubt it's all been ordained by God, man. And honestly, to grow the kingdom, I keep telling my dad, I mean, you have a chance to really grow the kingdom.
To me, it's all about putting the work in. And it's not going to happen right away, so you have to stay focused on what the goal is.
I need everybody's help, man, because I'm not going to reach that goal unless I do it. And friends sometimes allow me to run them over or bully them or bullshit them or whatever. And, you're not doing me a favor by letting me do it.
I knew if Jake kept putting the work in, he would start to see things happen. Because it's not about how many times you fall down. It's about how many times you get back up again.
This is going to be a workout with Dustin. Derek's been over many times to work out with Dustin. Is feeling his oats today. It's for some reason thinks he can hang with the old master.
Bye-bye, Papa Jake. Daddy, I want to do this. Love you.
Bust my ass, man. I love that stuff. You guys sit and I watch it time and time again.
They come up with it.
I know, man. I've just got something in mind they're watering up.
Both of them?
Both my eyes, yeah. Realizing how much better I feel about myself, how much better I look, my attitude, my zest for life, man. That's so, I mean, before I didn't give a shit about nothing.
And before you know it, things start to happen. And next thing you know, Jake, at 58 years young, is back in the ring so he can walk away from the business on his own terms. And then I got the call from Triple H, The Game. You know, one of the biggest names in our business, who's also the active Executive Vice President, WWE Talent. And he asked me if I wanted to be a part of Old School Raw.
Old School Raw is when they bring back a bunch of wrestling legends. Guys like Superfly Jimmy Snuka, Sergeant Slaughter. You know, this year they invited back Dallas. It's pretty awesome. You know, the whole crew came together and we all watched it here at the house.
Booker T. What's up, bro? DDP, what's up, baby? How you been? Long time no see.
Just doing a little DDP yoga.
Oh, that's good.
That's core strength,
That's
flexibility,
good.
and
That's
different
good.
level, baby.
I can do that. Anybody can do that.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. Damn!
It really means a lot to the boys to feel that they are still a part of the family.
You know, I was there most of the day and didn't see Paige, and all of a sudden there he is. A lot of us wanted to get out and get back to the hotel, and he looks at me and he says, you need to wait to the end. He says, it'll be worth it. And I just didn't get it.
We're all hanging out and laughing, and then it's the last segment on Raw, where it's the Shield in the ring with CM Punk. They're in the ring and the Shield's about to do something, then all of a sudden like music hits and they turn around. And then in my head I'm like, that sounds like Jake's music, but maybe it's just me thinking that.
You gotta be kidding me! Are you kidding me? Jake the Snake Roberts!
I was like, oh, Jake isn't showing up. He's not coming to the house because he's on Raw. And I couldn't handle what I was looking at. I was just so excited. I just get covered in chills.
What a lot of people don't understand is Jake had really been excommunicated or sort of like banned from, you know, everything with the WWE. So for him to get the call back, it meant so much to him.
They came and got me and took me to gorilla position. That's where I've seen Vince for the first time in so many years. And he extended his hand, and it was an awesome moment. Not just shaking his hand, but looking him in the eyes. Hearing him say, it's good to have you home. Good to have you back. This is your moment. Coming to that curtain, man, hearing that music, I quit breathing. I should have had the pads there to bring me back. My chest just seemed to fill with air. I thought it was going to burst. But the moment that got me the most is when I put my hands on the ring apron. Boom. It is like, have CM Punk and the other guys get out of the way, and CM Punk even squatted down into the ropes to allow me that panoramic, full view, it's you, Jake, moment.
When I realized that I had missed it, I was like I was so mad at myself, because if I'd have known, if he'd have told me, I would have stayed, I would have watched it, you know, and I'd have been jumping up and down for Jake when he came back through the curtain.
It was so emotional because I felt like I was walking down that aisle with him, which was It was just a crazy feeling to have.
The fact that he was on Raw meant so much for that goal, especially him wanting to be in the Royal Rumble. Really phenomenal moment, a true triumph of the human spirit, and it was just a really cool thing to be a part of.
You're holding me up?
Hello. Oh,
Gary.
congratulations. That was so cool.
Awesome last night. That was so cool.
Did you talk to Vince much or not?
No, just briefly, and it felt really good. It was very positive. And hey, this is all that happened, man.
Oh, it was
awesome. How can they not want more?
That's right. I don't know.
Shoulder surgery, getting sober, the ups and downs of getting cleaner. No, I never thought it was ever going to happen. To be here today, honestly, I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm scared to death I'm going to screw this up. Because I always have.
If anybody can do it, you can, because you're Jake the Snake Roberts. The whole world knows you. You're a legend. And I would love to see you walk through that curtain in Royal Rumble with your snake around your neck, kicking ass, dropping DDTs like a sumbitch. They're all pulling for you. The world's pulling for you.
You look horrible. I feel horrible, man. I got a phone call last night. Number one, man. Why the fuck they called me and tell me that shit? When? Tell you what? I'll get to it. You know, when I started this shit, Dallas, you know, you were pretty confident that if I did the right thing, that I'd get what I wanted out of life. Mm-hmm. And Hunter called me and told me that I was not going to be in the Rumble.
I think it's better on that they called you now than waiting.
Would you but I was cool. I thanked them for the Raw thing, man. I said, man, it was so important. My mom, blah, 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 you know. And
yeah, that was huge.
You know, but it's like, you know, it's back to that dangle a fucking carrot in your face shit, man. Yeah, the fucking man. Okay. So last night I went out and ate fucking 19 cakes. No, I didn't. But, oh, yeah. The other thing he said was, but we will see at the Hall of Fame you're going in.
Are you serious? You know you were fucking with me. Oh, so no shit.
Yeah, man.
You are a good actor.
Thank you very much.
It just shows you never say never. If you put the work in, if you keep looking towards the goal, you keep seeing that light, no matter how dark it gets, you keep seeing that little light and you strive to the light. Oh, but this is just, you know, all the hard work. I mean, everything I've ever done, you know. Everything I've ever done has all been about. Nobody believes it's gonna happen. From my wrestling career at DDP Yoga to Jake the Snake Roberts gonna turn his life around. Oh, and fucking Scott. Fucking both of them going in.
I see the impact Dally has on people, and it's so cool. A lot of people don't know that me and Dally are really close friends because we never really had much of a relationship on TV wrestling-wise. And we've always been successful when we put our heads together. We always have, you know? And I want to thank you, Dally, for reintroducing me to myself and restoring hope. Just go. Hey, yo, bad guy here. And if you haven't heard, now am I in the Hall of Fame yet?
We're not putting this out until they announce you, so yeah.
Okay, okay. Hey, yo, say hello to the bad guy. Joining Jake the Snake in the Hall of Fame this year at WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans.
I've always been a huge mark for Jake Roberts.
And he's one of those legends that unfortunately didn't get all the titles he probably deserved.
that like when he does the DDTs, no one can ever kick out.
We're in WO for life.
Yeah.
When he walked out in WCW the first time.
Ladder match with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 10.
Whenever you see these guys down and out, it's very sad as a fan because we feel like we know them. We feel like they're part of our lives. And
great to see him bounce back, and I think they have Diamond Dallas Page to thank for that. So
that's the way it should be. It's a brotherhood, man. They live and die in the ring together. So I mean, it's the way it should be.
I think this is it, man. It's been a good day. The best part about it is I'm with my kids, man. And having a few shits and giggles and aggravating each other and just being family, man. It feels really fucking good.
Never underestimate the power you give someone by believing in them. Never underestimate the power you give yourself by believing in you.
Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
The door has been reopened. They are back in the good graces of the company, but more important, their lives, their respective lives are on track.
Wow, Hall of Fame, you know, WWE's not like it used to be. They're not going to touch you unless you have proven that you're straight and not going to embarrass them.
Dreams can come true as long as you're willing to put the work in. And trust me when I tell you, Jake Roberts has put the work in.
The fact that he had gotten sober and cleaned himself up, it was just a matter of time because, I mean, Jake the Snake Roberts is the Hall of Fame.
18 months ago, our big pie-in-the-sky fantasy dream was to somehow, some way, be on this stage on this very night. Our next inductee to the class of 2014. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present my mentor, my friend, my brother, the prodigal son, the one, the only, Jake the Snake Roberts!
The one thing that I have found that always wins, that conquers everything, is love. If you just keep loving people through those hard times, I think that eventually they'll get it.
Starts off as a 300-pound drug addict and finishes up 18 months later as a 245-pound WWE Hall of Famer. It's a pretty good story.
I've always loved professional wrestling. I should have shared the time more wisely because I don't regret loving wrestling because there's nothing on this planet like it. I was given an innate amount of talent by God a long time ago. You guys got a little of it. I'm ashamed that I wasted a lot of it.
Sure makes me feel good that there is people in the world that know how to get people out of the low slump areas of their life and back up on top.
But for some reason, one person sticks a hand out. And that person for me was Diamond Dallas Page. And woke me up. It woke me up and told me somebody does care. I'm so happy because I've got some special people here called family. They gave me a second chance. And God bless the WWE because they gave me one too. Thank you very much.
getting that time for Cody's leaving for Japan pretty soon, ain't he?
Yeah, a couple days. Days. In the dojo.
Oh my God, that's not the Hilton, you know.
No.
That's much better. Get it, Scott.
Hook him, Jake, hook him. Fucking monkey ain't working with you.
I always feel a little bit safer in a ring. You know what I mean? I never had any problems in here. It was when I stepped outside these ropes. I just got over the whole pride thing. That's one of the 7 deadlies. I just try to, you know, I'm not afraid to ask for help or ask somebody. Like, I don't need people to watch my back. I need them to watch my front, my sides, you know.
Alcoholism has no friends. It wants to kill you, it wants to kill him, it wants to kill anybody it's involved with. That's what it's all about.
So the bottom line is you ain't cured.
Never be cured.
But you're gonna fight it.
But you know what, man? Just making that conscious decision, keep your eye on the prize for me.
Again, it always comes back to the story we tell ourselves, man. It ain't over. Right. You know, it's like for all of us, you know, it's a journey we're all
Story
on.
you tell yourself, exactly.
And we're all interconnected, and we're gonna be like 3 grumpy old men.
Yeah.
Which we're not too far from. Right. So what do you think you learned the most, bro?
Without a doubt, my history will not be my destiny, man. I feel pretty damn good about that.
You got that crazy shit out of your head about doing the Rumble.
That's not necessarily crazy.
He just said you're done in the ring.
Oh, you have to old?
In the ring, he told you you're done.
Shit.
Are you trying to are you calling me out?
Oh, come on, bring me something.
You
Come on.
You want